Right, mwirali wa Paul Chege Consultancy TV muthenya umuthi ni ngwetheire mundu gwitwo Paul Chege wa kuria nduma-ini kana mundu uria waragiriria maundu makonainie na kigina na muthenya wa umuthi ndiratwaririria ndeto arakorirwo akihutiria muthenya wa ira iria arahurire mubunge wa kuria Kiharu mundu gwitwo Ndinyoro ndu wa miario eriga kwaria iguru rigi wigithia atagati ka shares kana kugura migunda muri gwitwo Paul.
Thank you muno.
Werote. Karibu sana. Yeah. Ndinyoro uramuria ki?
Tathi kwa gucokaria ngatho ndimere nie ritwa aya niyo studio. You know the
Oh yeah.
You content in there. We're going to Chege. The brains behind Chege Consultancy TV. They're the brains. So congratulations. You come on the channel, you know. You go see on it. You can't password. I have never posted this.
The camera.
But I've never touched the camera. I have never touched the camera. You know. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think Canada ko Githirikari Ndinyoro.
Yeah.
That ko muhura. Niko ando ino nima. Niko ndathomithio ni mwangi wa Equity na thomithagia tiki undu umwe njiragia nduma. Because I need so andu ingi ni athomume na madigiri mao matakataka no kindu kinemekete utiro githomo kiao baga the translate giteithia wanjiku. To ndathia university ngitiga ndo gicagi acio fati kathoma ko ndathomire fati kumateithia mathina maria menamo. Na ikario kire kumwira Ndinyoro ni amuhenia. Ni amuhenia. Mathomo make mathomo make ti mangiateithia ureka areka mathomo mandu batongu.
Okay. Tutanathi na mbere ri. Niko kiragira thiini wa comment section cia video rekire na hari mundu rogire atiriri ati we thomete ginya hati no me adede muthanyira na graduate na masters in economics.
Near a degree of finance. I have a degree, I have a bachelor's in business administration, especially in finance.
Okay.
So I have a degree in finance. But I've done a lot of research. Research ya kukete mudu na research ya kukete mudu na masters na mudu na professor. I'm not a professor research ya kukete. And I take time to research what jikwara dake. Na nikala manda recho na amuhenia.
So aratuhenia na njira iriku, should we invest in shares tugure shares cia makamboni kana tugure mugunda?
What is a share gikoria? What's a share to you? Do you know what's a share? When we share niki?
Asha.
Share is a unit of ownership. For example, to mukawa itagore ni body sort. Waka mukawa yore it took maybe 10 billion na mwenda ina mukawa he can only reach 500 maybe take 10 it says today eda kake tuge ebuze kwa tabesa nyike itini maybe 100 million. Na million yemwe. No an idea waka mukawa to munene. How does he get the remaining 99 million na million yemwe? One, no thifegio ero ni two no kia gure share ne guka either maigire besa they million ino yake emwe ri auge ndina million na idea so nie gwendia 70% I own 30% ndina million yemwe million imo plus idea ri 1 million plus idea I own 30% demo ndari 70% of this. So whatever you're bringing in 70% the million 70. So how million is 70 as a divide I'll get share 1 million you know emwe. So if you want to buy shares one share is 1 million. So a share is a unit of ownership. So whatever you get kila wako na share wa Utari it will be just a proportion of the whole idea of the whole business contributor. So you own a certain percentage. You can get that already. So and when you buy a share you gamble. Buying a share is you gamble. To nebeze kwa invest mukawose wako. Mukawose ukigathi thondeke hathara kana wako make profit. Mukawose ukigathi thondeke hathara wako make profit today. Gutiri mundu koria kioria because you are part of the owner. So you must want to contribute your money to contribute your ideas or koria mukaworiku ucio.
Utanathi na mbere reke tuthie yani step by step.
Okay.
I have heard so many people saying ati wagura shares as long as no wagura shares you are guaranteed whether kana muka osho guthondeka faida kana guthondeka loss the first person to get paid through what comes in yani 11 euro yatu ka generated from where you invest your shares ni shareholder about miro kile
no you know there are two types of shares.
Okay.
Na togo kwa you got kataka there are two types of shares go share to ordinary shares na kuna kitoko preference shares. Ordinary share ni kugatirire wako kuna ordinary shares ri murira go pesa kuriga no company yathondeka faida but preference shares murira go faida nini company thondeka pesa kana nini interest rate dividend rate it is already predetermined. So kama unataka pesa nyingi unataka nyingi unataka pesa nyingi your when buy preference shares dividend ni predetermined. Na gutire company hera preference shares most of them give ordinary shares. Let me ask kega to mahore Ndinyoro companies that your shares is ila private is already company tamumias kaya pipeline Kenya Pipeline, Kenya Railways so ba privatize. At the first intention kia ma privatize it, they are not making profits because they are mismanaged. So the issue na company is it is not even capital. The issue na company na parastatal is it is mismanagement. Na mama mwenye pesa chani kuule. Government manadi ya 49% market go na 51%. So they still have decisions. They can still make a decision. They can determine who will be the managing director. Whoever owns more can make the decision alone. Okay. They can make a decision alone. So they are privatizing up to 51%. So the problem in Kenya, it is not even, it is mismanagement. And how are they mismanaged? Ruto akagira, akarehe tongori yake. Akarehe tongoria, akarehe mundu wa kabira ciao. Oko ni mwiko kashego akarehe wa kabira ciao. So company ira have political puppets. And na companies matongoria, their spokesperson ya tongoria. So you cannot, there's no, don't get to differentiate between political leadership and leadership ya mamba parastatal maya. Companies nyingi igwete taru no tanywa sukari Kenya. No, that you ni head of ya ikuraga. Mutu ya head of ya kimuraga. But no company ya mumia cia hari. But erago ni kwa erago ha mumia cia kagwa. Na mukenya na nywa sukari. Kwa cia nywa matanya sukari matikinya ta ndongiri Kenya. No companies za Kenya ni iragwa. Why? And we have already market. Why are they failing it? We have already market because of his management. So the danger I can't get mad more than ready. Tell me, I got the shares. 200 million work KPLC. 200 million shares. Shares worth 200 million. So he owns 1%. And for you to make a decision KPLC, you need 50.1%. 51.1. You need 51.
Shares, kind of percentage.
You need to own 51%. You go make a decision. The danger around 200 million, he has 1%. So he is far away. He's almost close to infinity to make decision, and he is owning just 200 million. Wajiko wa kawaida energy giri komi. Energy giri ngani komi. Giri komi dio kako na mape kidoro ibedie. Tigana horo ashia. Giri komi ko mape kidoro ibedie tigana horo ashia. So the danger ori Aki only 1%. And I mean, 1%. So he is infinite away from being influential. And I can't make a decision today because he is a political figure. If I say now politically, he is more influential politically than what he owns in KPLC. That's good, yeah.
So between an ordinary share and a preference share, which is the best share?
So no. Preference shares it here go. Because I don't know when they give you preference shares, they are 100% accountable como to the yanyu. One, to refund your shareholding. Two, como he dividend every year. And maramuita, baka bana mugura share kule wa parastatal. Now for the primary extension ni ko gumania besa yanyu. So matigimana their preference. So forget preference shares.
You'll get ordinary shares.
You get ordinary shares. They go more corner my yare. Who cares? No. And you know when you have shareholding, let me tell you what happens. Company make cross. What happens when the company make cross? Shareholding, basically shareholding make it. This is abuso bagarosi. So this company has trade. The Kenya is equal to get trade. It can make 12 billion loss. So when you make 12 billion loss, they thought mal trade. They have made a loss, not a profit. Maguta KKK. When they make up 12 billion loss, you can abuso bone. Shareholder, basically shareholder make it. So I come again 100 billion. More make 12 billion loss. So you are shareholding now to get. Kenya is worth 100 billion. But make gross 12 billion. That is almost 12%. So I call that shares a million year more toy. Shares other than kwa fighter two shares ya kunisi all Kenya 12%.
Kudhiga ithenya riria.
I call that share wa KPLC. Wa Kenya Airways. That's here they go make a loss of around 12 billion. No get share. Siakusia 1 million. Let me now be factual. Maguta share 1 million. Kenya Airways in worth 100 billion. Ma make loss 12 billion. Coupe Ross ma make it. Ross is absorbed when you go to the banking sector. Ross is absorbed by core capital. So what can you company Ross na absorb kwa ndibesa dia maigire kodo kuliko. Maigire kodo goko. So I call the shares ya million yemwe. One, waga fighter. Two, shares ya kusia horokera. Ogedo 10 million yaku yemwe na 880. Na dona fighter. What if you ile besa shiori? Okay, you are sure of 120, 100,000, every month itakaga two. For example, you get an example. Modo adite ruburuti. Moda ko example ha kona buru 10 207 day, 2010 day. To the end of that thing, kiake maga 200,000. Let's say 2.5 billion. So kona presentation here over 100%. He mundu oire milioni yake imwe agithia kiga share kwa Kenya Airways ungi agithia kugura buloti cia milioni imwe handu hariku handu haria buloti cia milioni imwe ri buloti ena kindu is now worth over 20 million no mundu agithia share kwa Kenya Airways cia milioni imwe ri he is worth 120,000 because you know Kenya Airways has making loss exponentially. So the problem you have in Kenya with the parastatals no ciukire but corruption. So ona mwagura share no cihorokera.
Reke to shift focus kuma kuri kuhorokera gwa shares twambe tuthi tu clarify te horo wa shares na njira ithiranite wega tundu ukire mutauri wa maundu mege maini na mathabu ri. Take for example carbon ya Safaricom.
Okay.
It's been making huge profits since then. Kodo twira make loss ni kura bururi-ini wa Ethiopia na tundu matare mara break even.
Okay.
What if mundu agigura shares ta carbon ya Safaricom?
Now I need to understand. Share rire nyara horo acio ri ni shares yaku. Ni share parastatals and that is your radio. I want you to note one thing. Safaricom mumete the organic shares ya yo hedi kwa na open market operation. Open market operation ni Safaricom marendia. Aya kini aria mendeithio marendaniria. Okay. So what happens at Nairobi Security Exchange? It is exchange between the brokers, between buyers and sellers who want to rebuy. So we are going to million imwe no agena gathina. Okona share wagera gathina okiendia. So that is secondary. That is secondary selling between brokers, between people who bought and people who want to buy. No, ila kwenda open market operation ile. Very well. You can go and buy. So I'm not encouraging Kugura shares with Safaricom, but people must communicate. People must communicate. So I don't know what Safaricom they are enjoying as your man with Safaricom. Safaricom is a private company, and naria make quality for you to be a leader. Nugo to hota gutogolia kwa Safaricom buli. One, you have voted in based on your qualification, but not based on what on number of votes that you are taking into the presidential ballot.
All right.
Do you know what? So I want nikiona Kenya understand. Nikiona ngoni ndikora wana runene rwari ndi ndinyoro. Githogo karito. I want people to understand. Muragolita shares ya milioni imwe wa Kenya Airways thaici. Ndari ona kindu tu and azita hadara ngiri mana kenda.
Pesa ciake no irathi horokeire.
Tondu when a company makes loss, loss yo aya buso bagoni ki. Loss ya buso bagoni. When you go to the banking sector, loss ya buso bagoni ko capital. What about when you go to the bank the Honge-Ini? Ni capital ko capital ni they magura ni sila the capital. Tondu Kenya pipeline thaici they need money.
So ko capital ni besha iria ciukaga through shares.
No. The money that you have before you start trading. We come and talk about capital in the banking sector. We come and dissect the banking sector. Ndio horo kwa capital. Niko wa jefe gide sino nginya kona kwa capital ya 10 billion. Iyo ni fruit yaku go betore kwa CBK. Utanaba kwa ya besa before you start taking money from the public. So what am I trying to say? Why go share Kenya this people need to Kenya makoma kigite makoma hana kamo inoga. They don't invest in financial literacy. They don't invest. And what I'm saying, I want to bring financial literacy. Nigbo mu akona oge and you have information, you'll be able to make a decision. So you should know it's not prudential. I don't want to say it's not prudential. I think that's another word to use. It is not sensible because Kenya ogole Kenya parastatals ya Kenya. Tutageba tucenjie leadership ya Kenya. To parastatals ya Kenya irawa no Kenya pawe thore kahatra niki. Mismanagement, corruption. To ruto da utara mundu Kenya pawe kafira yao. Mundu weko spokesperson wake. So people need to understand how the economy of Kenya looks, right? Look like I go get ready. Ona kafa ora sukari kilo magana meri umeta mumiasi umanya apura muti murembe.
Nima.
No thiko hikia muiretu wao. Ithe atonga mathia kuhagira mbeca tome mbeca cia kwenja kioro. Mathikiriria. Kaba ogore sukari magana meri kwa murembe. Tono uthi ogora muiretu wao. Matonge acio no uthi hikanie kou. Uthi okihurira mbeca toma cia mutu uthi oyotoma mbeca cia kwenja kioro niguo. So you promote other part of the economy. Now remember to understand people who have money. People will have money. Other than go sukari from Pakistan, we are creating employment where? Outside the country. Good.
You talked about our economic volatility when it comes to buying shares. Uramaanisha gate?
Economic volatility. For example, look at what happened with Cusco. They sold 12 billion. Na riu tikaria koragire na forensic analysis turamenya ri. Iteiro na muthenya umwe. For the last 6 or 7 years go to KIO. Mako magikuku mathafu. Most of the companies here marakuku mathafu. But those companies died long time ago.
So they're cooking data.
Because you cannot even understand how the two sets of this corporation, but I get forensic analysis. The forensic analysis they call no, na niyo mareka na kabudi ciao. They sold money long time ago. So now we're going to 12 billion. We're 10 billion, of which don't have fake mathematics.
Wow.
Mathematics fake. So you don't know how to invest. Message you don't and mother cook. So my money 50.1%. 50.1 that a billion at the more 49%. Of which that a billion here, you need to 100% of it unless you manage your material. You cannot know the truth. So Dagika, forensic, unless we do forensic out the Tiaka Bunishi, but Parasato Mayari. When I can't matter about Githirikari, what is their true status? Not the Ramon away. You know, we need to separate political. We need to separate
from politics.
No, we need to separate this paradox from politics. We need to vote people in technocrats to come and run this company, but not political puppet. Go get them to wait to go. That is no issue.
I should you.
At the 7, and I know Roga made a kera. Was like a Mokani Kratom. Kasia. Was a Mokani Kratom cover share.
Kugura shares go. So from perspective ya de denyo rake rĩrĩrio horo wa gũtiga kũgũra mĩgũnda mũkaigithia thĩinĩ wa shares nĩ kĩndũ araugaga atĩ ũngĩgũra mũgũnda ũige handũ rĩ ndũrĩ na appreciation value yaguo ĩrĩ thĩ.
No. Othia kwa mũgũnda kĩrĩa appreciation menopause. Mũgũnda kĩrĩa appreciation menopause. And order do I say with this. Mũndũ ragũrĩte mũgũnda juta farm 10 ũthahingũkĩte rĩ rĩrĩa mũgũnda Maria, ya juta farm with Utari. He bought at 200,000. He's selling at 2.5 million. You understand? Let's go get the juta farm Gugura. You cannot get more than 10 million. So you can take the appreciation menopause negi new. No, get the other more Tarumuti kana juta farm. Automatically demand ya money go digono mono. Todo modo me go na yagi gisagi modo neke with hard gita hake. All the them go the take appreciation menopause regard no ne. What I'm saying, I don't go to the cash flow. But to hedge yourself against harsh economic environment, working it would abroad make a toedi. It will make money. Other than or the owner share company, Mogomania company better than you are.
So there are also differentiated through security measures between Kogambo na Kugura shares. Modo ina shares ni security yari nayo over modora oreka gambling maybe.
No. Now we cannot scope that through. You better cover over shares than gambling, but buying shares is a form of gambling.
Okay.
But the matter need to between gambling and buying shares.
Buy shares.
So we are scooping studio, but buying shares is a form of gambling.
Okay. Rebuto koro tukaigana ni yodo to duni rakorirwo kihana remedy to ora opposite danger from these but okama remedy yako oko mundu few ni araigua arenda kugura shares athie kuri upcoming
for example M-Pesa is a Kenyan innovation and M-Pesa changes the world.
Okay.
M-Pesa changes the world. M-Pesa ni wake yare horo wa mobile banking ndi aliko tene. M-Pesa is a Kenyan idea. Kenya no mejezi megemo ni hakili but they are not supported. Todo that is ukenda kwa njia kaundoli you need a lot of money to start. One, you have to go to the bank and you go to the bank and get capital. You know, you cannot compare Kenya and South Africa. Kenya is more wanafuata kwa jiwelali. Go to the bank and borrow money. No, but other companies in outside the Kenya they embrace equity. They go to the model come with the idea can help some and you sell shareholding. So one, I just agree you mono. But you need capital. Like you get a million. I know there's something you can do. Get a million. There's something you can do. You can get a company start running.
Yeah.
And put it up and running. So what we need to do? We need to go to Kugura makabri mananeri because they are making profit. Some of them recovery Afro. They are making profit. Araf maka is right. Maka export the But we need companies which are making companies and investing here in Kenya for the Kenya to start growing. Not the Kenya. So gentlemen agree in the game. So I'm saying, Ogami no motor Kenya ya wesi itu kala safari go itu too kurang before you recover 1 million. Now you go have million yemwe. You make 3 million within the first 2 years.
Now, within
2 years, you get million yako emwe. I think it's easier to recover your capital, to recover your injection in a startup than in a big company.
Good. Gwiciria ni twakoro tugikava the basis. Na I don't know next into ndoni andu makiuga wariririo horo wagie SACCOs.
So I think we also digest MMF. I want us to digest. I want us also to digest banks.
Okay.
Let's digest
banks kwanza.
Let's digest banks. We need to chip into the bank.
All right.
So we need to chip into this allocation to digest your
or banks.
We want to digest the banking system and how the banks work, and people need to understand how the bank. I don't want to the best at Keiba. But
you know niye ngikura ri kuria gwitu gicagire fegi yari kindu kinene muno Dim matter wina pesa shika na fegi, but I go in account.
Mentality which must change if you have to, if Kenyans are going to secure their financial freedom.
All right.
Ni ya ko ona rubone ruthu thia ndo mathomithio. Ni ya ko ngadi gosa dia rango njia. Ona rubone na ndo mathomithio. Mathomithio ni ya mangi wa ikuite na mathomithio ko ona rubone rwe thia ndo. Ni rwe thia ndo.
All right, reke turukorwo tukirugamira hau.
No ndo even as we move on to begin to more into this topic ya riri. To more into this topic ya different to company nyingi muno cia goire kega tumire igwe taru achu million cia goire achu million cia goire task cia goire very big branch cia goire niki ni mismanagement ada mango tacia mekire ate makihorokera by the way tajama mango tacia ko ite korokera horokerire so Kenyans need to understand what is financial literacy advice.
Alright, tukurukorwo tukirugamira hau no ndugukorwo tukirekereria some other episodes coming up. Make sure no wathie kuria gwa Paul Chege Consultancy TV mwene wa YouTube, no watuhe subscribe, na wathie kuria mwene wa Facebook no Paul Chege Consultancy TV, na wathie kuria mwene wa TikTok ni Paul Chege Consultancy TV. Ungenda go reach Paul Chege no uthie hau account ni ya TikTok, hena namba yake, na ungenda financial advice no muhurire ena rate card yake ni akorwo agikwerethera na agakorwo agikuhe mataro mege mainie na financial literacy. No igona akorwo akereriria uhoro wa two types of shares, iria ni ordinary na preference, na agikorwo shares iria uragura ni ordinary na uragura thini wa parastatal, you're making the wrong decision. No agikorwo uragura shares muthemba wa preference shares, doesn't matter kana ni parastatal kana ni a private company, you have the right shares. Niĩ njĩtagwo Maina wa Mũcio, nyũmba ya mũmbinga mwendithĩria mahinda mega, mũrokĩrĩma gũkumia naguo wĩra wa moko manyu oro gĩtherema.
Thank you muno.